a blockchain and cryptocurrency are two different things. Blockchain is a technology, right? It's an electronic ledger, okay? So let me digress a little bit. I don't know how many of you here read the news and follow current affair. Are you aware that Singapore MAS, our central banks, are dumping US dollar reserve, and the money that we took back, we actually convert, we go and buy gold, and now we have very high gold deposit. Whatever US dollar debt that dollar reserve, our reserve that we go and buy US Treasury to keep as our reserve. All right, we sold them already. We sold American debts. We sold by the billions. Exact number I forgot. I think it's about 60 billion. I think it's about 60 billion. We sold already. We sold that much. And we convert it into actual gold. All right, and we are still buying. So that amount of gold is considered a buying spree. That means what? Our central bank is on the spree to accumulate gold. So these are our reserves, right? Our reserve, and this happened only these few months. All right. So and I believe we are actually increasing the stockpile of gold, actual gold, right? Okay. So what's the reason? The reason is this, right now, one country trade with another country, so there will be the current account deficit or surplus, then you need to settle, right? So then you convert to US dollar, then you settle in US dollar terms. Now this blockchain technology will be then deployed and used by all the central banks in the world. All the central banks in the world, meaning if I have any current account surplus or I have any current account deficit and all that, we settle then through this blockchain technology without the reliance on US dollar or on your US dollar savings, right? So I believe there's no confirmation yet. There's no literature in Straits Times or Business Times that you can read about this one. All right, but I pick up the news somewhere from a reliable source. So in other words, this is going to be a big thing in the world, right? And Singapore is really investing big here. All right, so now how does it now relate to your real estate business? Okay, so usually a technology area, a technology corridor. Now the incubator will all be here, all right, or all the R&D center will all be here, and they will get the source of students for actually a nearby university. In this case is SIT, Singapore Institute of Technology, which is a university. They are just separated by a small little strip here, all right, or a walkway. You may say covered walkway, and the students here will work here, all right. So then I suspect that the executive here will be living nearby, right? Living nearby. There will be Punggol itself. Now, as we are talking, they are going to TOP already. Definitely, these few months here, and we are talking about the immediate future. All right. So the tenants here will be arriving very soon. So our rental market should be doing very well. Okay, but I already mentioned the whole of Singapore is a technology corridor. Now, so how are we going to explain the technology corridor effect? There's another example here. Now, you feel the effect not in Singapore, you feel the effect in Johor. And we've been talking about this for for 10 over years, Iskandar. And now back then, I was the only trainer who was not involved in any way with Iskandar. All right, I mean, this kind of thing cannot lie one. I never involved in Iskandar because I was like asking, so what will be the core industry? What will be the core industry over there? So nobody can give me the answer, and then they're talking about the high speed rail and all that. But we all know, by our experience in building the casino, we know that the investment won't come to Singapore until they see the physical building being constructed. Then the money will come. Let me repeat. The money didn't flow into Singapore after the announcement by Singapore government that we are going to build the casino. That was August 2005. Singapore government talked about building the casino. They say they have made a decision already. The money still never came in. But we started the construction in 2007. Then the money come in. All right. So HSR was scrapped. It didn't come. But this MRT is different thing, you know. This MRT is not proposed anymore. In fact, next Tuesday I'm going in again. I mean, just to shop and relax a bit. But 2 weeks ago I went in and I saw the bridge being built already. Is actually report says that it's actually 30-40% done already. So this is a go ahead already. So now the technology corridor effect will be spilled over here. So now I no longer object to people buying houses in Iskandar. Because why? Because this is called the technology corridor effect. But mind you, no matter what the marketing says, the condo there are considered low end by price, right? Okay, so there will be some company, whatever technology company, they will choose to be based there. All right, so this is an interesting development. Okay, so now we go down to more minute factors. That will be the size you buy, because I don't want to talk about whole building, because you talk about whole building is very unrealistic, because most of our customers can't buy the whole building in Singapore. Those that can buy the whole building, they don't need our advice, right? So we can talk about buying a small hotel, let's say in Bangkok. Now there are KEOs, I think you know them, I know them. They are just ordinary KEO walking around us in HDB Hub and all that. So there are 2 KEOs that I know, 2 of them. All right, of course, involving their other friends who are not in real estate. They actually bought over a budget hotel in Bangkok, Central World Patunam, that area. All right, so the hotel TOP in 2019, and it so happened that 2019, I actually went to Bangkok. So I had this conversation with this KEO. They say, hey, you're going to Bangkok? Hey, I have a hotel there, you know. I have a hotel in Bangkok. So if you are coming, you give me a call. I give you a very good rate. Now, I was really thinking of, okay, then just anyway, I'm going there for only three evenings. So I said, okay then so happy that I have a friend who own hotel in Bangkok. So I actually went online to check, but his rooms are all very small. I go to Bangkok, I don't want to stay in a hotel with such a small room. I want 30 square meter and above. So in the end, I didn't contact him. But his hotel is listed in one of those Trip.com, Expedia and all that. You can see his hotel. All right, so we are talking about people I know, KEO, they also do HDB resale and all that, okay? But they also invest in overseas property, one small budget hotel, okay, and then if you're talking about Penang shop house in Georgetown and all that, you have plenty of real estate salesperson, all right, who either market those shop houses in Georgetown or they actually own it themselves, all right. So then another KEO, also very small company. Their office used to be in Orchard Hotel, but now they are moved out already, and they also buy one whole floor in Penang, one of the shopping center. Okay, so now so what is the consideration? All right, now if it is a budget hotel, it's a budget hotel. Just do that. But if you buy entire floor plate, let's say you buy the entire floor level, let's say in Penang. All right, it's not the floor level that we're talking about size. No, we're talking about then how big is that building? Because if the building is big plus the location, it gives you the branding. So then you roughly know who will be the end user. Okay, so I got nothing more to add. That is location plus the size of the establishment will give you the branding of the user. So more or less, if you're comfortable to operate in that particular, I would say segment. All right. So then you buy into it, lor. Okay. So that's one. And then this is more or less example to show you whether the strata space is in a neighborhood area. All right, it determined by the population size, or it is in the CBD area. So you have to consider that in recession CBD area, there's not going to be a lot of activities, but in neighborhood, forever the crowd is there. So therefore, you go by the size of the population. Okay, tenant centric. Okay, imagine you have a shop house, 3-story, and then outfit. You have a 3-story shop house. I think 3-story shop house is not very far-fetched. All right, let's say you have a 3-story shop house in Serangoon. Okay, let's say near to Next. All right. Actually, this is an actual example, but I'm not going to use it as an example because the last class people say, oh, too many examples. Okay, so anyway, so assuming you have a 3-story shop house being used by a F&B outfit, and then the F&B outfit has been there for 15 years. In other words, is 3 5-year terms. 5 year, one time 5 year, then renew 5 year, then altogether is 15 years. And 15 years, you are still collecting the rental that they paid 15 years ago. So that is the disadvantage of having one single tenant. Because the rent never go up one. Because when you negotiate the rent, they say, if you want to increase my rent, then I will move. And then after that, every 5 years is a small cycle. Then after that, you get frightened already. If they move, then I have to wait for the next one. The next one come in, they want to ask for 2 months rent-free or 1 month rent-free, and then negotiation and all that. So every month I'll be chasing after the mortgages. They say, okay, never mind, you continue. So single tenant, you have the inflexibility, you have very little leeway to adjust the rent. Now, what happens if you say, okay, let's try. They say if increase rent, they don't renew. Okay, I let them go. All right. So then after that, I'm going to rent out. I'm going to break my lease into 3 separate leases. Downstairs, F&B, upstairs, office, and then 3rd floor, I rent as an apartment. Now, so the advantage is you can always collect the latest rent. The latest rent is very attractive. But what is the setback?